and welcome to the Book Bunch. Today we are going to be doing another book haul. This time it's all of the books that I got over the Christmas season to start out 2022. So I'm super excited about this one. There's quite a big stack here because I got quite a few bookshop gift cards. So I'm really excited to show you guys what I've got. Please like and subscribe to this video if you do like this channel and you enjoyed this video, and we'll get right into it. So one of the books that I got over Christmas is the complete novels of Jane Austen. It is a huge book. This one is, and it's got super tiny writing because it is her 7 novels all in the one book. So this is going to take a long time to read. I'm definitely going to split it up into the different books as I go so I don't just sit down and read it all at once. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to this. I love Pride and Prejudice, but I haven't actually read any of her other works or watched any of the other movies or anything. So I'm super excited to see how that goes because, yeah, Pride and Prejudice was so great. And obviously everyone loves Mr. Darcy, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what else she has. I also got Flowers in the Attic by Virginia Andrews. This book is really famous. It is meant to be a crime novel, as far as I'm aware, like a crime fiction novel about a family and this house, and it's meant to be kind of spooky and thrilling, and I don't know heaps about it. I do like this author though. I've read some of her other books, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how she goes at crime writing because I haven't read one of her crime fiction novels before, so I'm looking forward to this one. And the cover is so pretty. I love this cover so much, which I just want to display it on my shelf even if I don't like the book because it's just so nice. Also got The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. This one's going to be a short, quick read, which I am looking forward to. I have never actually read the book or seen the movie. I've heard heaps of people talk about it over the years because obviously it's infamous, but I know the general story, like it's a guy that ages backwards. But yeah, I don't know anything apart from that. So I'm looking forward to getting into this classic and finding out more about it. I have endeavoured to read more classics in 2022 because I have a substantial amount. I've read a good amount of them, but there's still quite a few that I would love to read as well as get my hands on because there's a few I still don't have yet that I would love to read. But yeah, looking forward to this one. I also got a copy of 10 Dead Guys You Should Know. This is a book about 10 prominent Christian men that kind of changed Christianity and faith and all of that kind of thing. They are key figures in the church and all of that kind of thing. They are all people who come obviously after the Bible, and they're just good people to kind of read about and learn more about and hopefully help me in my faith. I do love reading about like old missionaries and different things and how they made a difference. So I'm really looking forward to reading about people who actually changed the church as we know it, because I don't know much about my church history, even though I've been in church my whole life. So I'm really looking forward to this, especially reading about John Wesley. He's in here. And Luther and Spurgeon are all in here as well. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about them, more about what they did and how what they did changed kind of faith as we know it to be today. And I also got Reformation Women, which is different women in the 16th century who also changed Christianity. So the other book, it's all about different men who changed it, and this one is focusing on some significant women who made a difference as well. I'm really looking forward to this as well in the same aspect. Like, I don't know much about how church life has changed and how like because back in biblical times, obviously how women were treated in the church is very different to how they're being treated now, and women have a lot more freedom now, and that is because there has been a huge culture shift over the years, and these kind of women were that culture shift. Like they kind of put all of that into motion, and I'd love to read how they did that, who they were, learn more about their lives and all of that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I also got a copy of Bonhoeffer. This is also a huge book. He is also in that book about the 10 guys, but I also wanted to get his biography as well. This is significant to me because I have a lot of German heritage, and my family fled Germany in the war because they didn't agree with Hitler, and they were Christians, and they were mistreated because they kind of were friends with the Jews and all of that kind of thing, and so they left and decided to help fight on the other side. And Bonhoeffer is a similar, like he fits in that similar vein. He was in the war, he was a pastor who didn't like what was going on, so he became a spy and like came up with this whole plot to take down Hitler and all sorts of different things. He's also a very key figure in the church and church history, so I'm really looking forward to reading all about that and seeing if I can, I don't know, maybe relate to it in the fact that like it'll help me understand what my ancestors were going through during that time and different things like that. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It probably will take me quite a while to read because I've never read a biography before, so I don't know how well I'll go with pacing and different things like that. It might be something I have to do a little bit at a time, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. You'll hear about it when I'm finished. So I also got myself a copy of Catch-22. I am most interested in this because of the like kind of fact that like a lot of people say, oh, it's a Catch-22. And I'd love to see how that works in a book. So this follows a guy in the war, and he basically is being hunted down by all of these people, and he doesn't really know why. And regardless of what way he looks at it, he's in a Catch-22. So I'm really looking forward to see how that plays out in a book. This is a relatively good size one, so I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be fast paced because I feel like this kind of thing needs to be fast paced, but we'll see how they do and what it's like. I also love the cover design on this. I think it's really cool. It's nothing fancy, but it's still eye-catching, which I really like. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. So I got an edition of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I have never owned my own copy. I've borrowed copies before, but I've never had my own. And I really do like this copy of the Lord of the Rings. I think it's really nice. I like that it is a 3-in-1 rather than having them all individually. And yeah, I love this edition. It's not obviously the big fancy hardcover one that's super expensive that's been going around at the moment, but I do like this as a soft cover. I think it's really nice. And I do like that it's got the built-in map in the cover, which I think is really cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to rereading The Lord of the Rings. I haven't read Lord of the Rings since I was probably about 13 or 14, when the movies were kind of coming out and all of that. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't really remember a lot of it apart from obviously the main arc of the story, which is they find Gollum and they get this ring and then they have to go throw it in the fire of some volcano or something. That's literally the only thing I can remember, and even then I'm like, is that the Hobbit? Maybe? I don't know. I get them very confused all the time, so I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's this one where they go throw it in the fire. It's got to be right because it's Sam and Frodo that do it. So looking forward to this. I also need to get a Hobbit edition so that I can read The Hobbit as well. But yeah, looking forward to this. It will be a huge mammoth read, as everybody knows who reads The Lord of the Rings, because it's a huge mammoth book. But yeah, definitely looking forward to revisiting this one. I also got a secondhand copy of The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I have not heard heaps about this, except for I believe it's another wartime story about people who they had their, I want to say their, what's it called? Prison camp number tattooed on them, and it is based on a true story, and it's about kind of what the prison camp people went through and all of that kind of thing in the war, and how even after the war they still had these marks on them, and how that kind of affected them and affected the people they knew and everything like that. So really looking forward to this one. I feel like this will be a very emotional read, but it's something that I think will be really good for me to read. So I'm looking forward to this one. If you know anything about it, let me know in the comments below and how it kind of affected you. Because yeah, I'd love to hear your opinion. So I also picked up a second-hand copy of The English Patient. I don't know much about this one. So this is, again, set in wartime or just after the war. I don't know what it is about this haul, but for some reason everything's wartime related. And this is a story about a nurse who heals her final patient in a villa in Italy. So the patient was in like a plane accident, and I don't really know much more than that. I have a feeling that possibly the English patient can't really remember much, and so the nurse is trying to help with that, but I could be wrong on that point. I'm looking forward to reading this. I have no idea if it is based on a true story or if it's purely fiction, but I do think it'll be an interesting read. Different to what I normally go for. It's not obviously fantasy or sci-fi, but I am still looking forward to it. And yeah, branching out my horizons. I also got this kind of came as a bundle. It's a secondhand copy. So this is The Stranger by Albert Camus, and this is his like normal English version, and then this is the translated version, I believe, or the something like that. It's translated slightly differently. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. This has been on my list for a long while now because I heard about this through someone else's book haul, and they said it was phenomenal. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Apparently it kind of messes with your emotions a little bit, so I am wary of that one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. I don't know heaps about it. I do know that it is like kind of classic fiction, so if you do know anything about it, let me know. But yeah, it looks like a really short read because the book is really, really thin. And I'm going to find someone once I've read it. If I like it and I recommend it, I'm going to find someone to give the other copy to, because I think that would be really cool. And last but not least in this haul, I got a copy of Pax. I love the look of this book. It's so, so beautiful. And from what I understand, this book is meant to be really powerful and emotional and beautiful. And it basically follows this boy and his fox and how they form this beautiful relationship. There is also a second Pax book. But yeah, basically this follows this boy and this fox, and he has to, I don't know if he has to, like they decide to like part ways, because I think the boy is like being taken away from where he lives with this fox, or something like that is happening, and so he can't take the fox with him, and so they have to part ways. And it sounds really emotional and sad. I hope it's happier than it sounds, but apparently it is meant to be quite a beautiful read, so I'm looking forward to that. And I think the thought of like a boy and his fox is so like cute to me, and like the fact that we get to read about a little fox is so cute. Like, I love that. I just hope that I don't cry too much if it's really sad. I'm hoping it has a happy ending. I'm hoping ultimately. I mean, the fact that there's a second one makes me think that it surely has some kind of happy ending, even if the happy ending doesn't come until the second book. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this beautiful book as well. So they are all of the books that I got over the Christmas season. Like I said, there was quite a few. Let me know in the comments below if you like any of these books, if any of them are your favorites, or you have any recommendations for me. Also, let me know what ones you would like to see me do specific reviews on, because I would love to know what ones you guys want me to go in depth with rather than just the overviews at the end. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!